All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Wednesday. Hope you're all doing well. Wednesday, May the 18th, 2022. Appreciate you all tuning in. We are live here on this Wednesday, taking your questions, comments, calls. I am Chris Phillips, your host of the Daily Crow of the Spurs Up Show, as always, as we get situated here on a Wednesday. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. I see Dusty Rhodes, Brendan Travie, Andrew the Textbook, John Edward Kruger, Travis Lee. Let's see, who else? Yeah. Anyways, guys, also the Big Cock Club Discord. Head over to the TDC Questions channel. The TDC Questions channel, be sure your questions are answered there. And we got a lot to get into, a very busy and exciting Wednesday for you all. Of course, podcast dropped this morning with a huge interview, a great conversation. Also, of course, it is Wednesday, so that means we are live at 10 Roof, 6 to 8, taking your questions, comments out there. $3 drafts, $3 Rumple, $3 Fireball as well. Really, really good stuff. Great food, great people, great times as well. Bill Luttrell, what's going on? I see you tuned in. And again, I do want to hear from you. Hey, we already got the phone lines ringing off the hook. Let's go.
Call from
Adam.
Here we go. Adam, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, how you doing? It's Panic Ritter.
Ritter, what's up, man? Good God. Panic Ritter called in today. What's going on?
All I can say is Mark Kingston to kiss my ass. No excuses. I hope Canada makes a change. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Ritter, very well said. Very well said, my friend. Short, sweet, and to the point. Folks, mark it down. Mark it down as a historic day because Panic Ritter just called into the show. I honestly would have put good money that never would have happened. I would have put good money on it that never would have happened. Panic Ritter calls into the show. Mark Kingston can kiss my ass. A little bit of a stealing the line from Rebecca, but we'll let it pass. We'll let it play, whatever. Panic Ritter finally called in. Shot his shot, voiced his reasoning. Wild.
Call from
Wild.
Colin Davis.
Here we go. Skyland, what's up, my friend? How are you?
What's up, buddy?
I'm just hanging out, man, on a Wednesday. What's going on?
Justin Parker and Mark Kingston needs to kick rocks.
You said it yesterday. You said it 2 days ago. We said it last week. We said it 2 weeks ago. We said it 3 weeks. I know, Skyland. I know. I know. Listen, I know. We're reaching beat a dead horse territory. I'm not saying like you're wrong or we shouldn't say it, but I know, man. I know. The baseball season will mercifully come to an end because, as I said on the podcast this morning, like we don't need any more games to know what this team is. You know what I mean? Like we knew what this team was a month and a half ago. I didn't need last night's loss to Charlotte, you know what I mean, to reconfirm anything. But it's just unfortunate that, like, every time we play, it's a reminder, you know what I mean, of, like, what's wrong, the deficiencies, the problems, et cetera, et cetera. So, last night was ugly. Again, I was there in person. We had a good time, but, the people I was with, we're all more concerned about just having fun and hanging out and kicking it and talking and not paying attention to the game. So,
Do you think Justin Parker's a good pitching coach?
well, the stats wouldn't say so. I mean, listen, do I think Justin Parker's had a whole lot to work with? No, but I mean, you are what the stats, I guess, you are what they say you are, I mean, he's got a great track record. I mean, there's no question. So, he did great things at Indiana. So, I mean, here's the thing, my guy. I'll say this in Parker's defense, which obviously I'm a fire Mark Kingston. I think everybody should be gone. But, I going in the game last night, I said, maybe it'll be like a Johnny Holstaff type of game. We'll throw a bunch of guys. And then I stopped myself and I was like, who are we going to throw? Our whole staff is like 6 dudes. I mean, we don't have a whole staff to have a Johnny Holstaff night. You know what I mean? Like we're you look at the weekend. Again, who's going to pitch? Hall, Sanders, Thomas, Becker, Austin, Aiden, Parker, John, Cam. I mean, that's it. There's nobody else. There's nobody. Who we got, my guy, is who we got. I mean, that's just the bottom line. Who we got, and it's no knock on those guys, but who we got, my guy. That's all you can say. That's all you can say. So,
Well, the bus is up at 11 to go to Florida.
what's up?
Gators are red hot. After they left at 11 to go to Florida.
Oh,
The Gators are red hot.
right. Yeah. 3 straight series wins and beat Florida State last night. The 20th ranked Florida State Seminoles, by the way. Yes, 7-5, I believe final score was. Yeah.
I do think a change is needed. If you don't make a change, I don't think you'll get no fan support next year. I think the city will be the program will just continue to die more and more. If you don't make a change this year, basically you say you don't care about winning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I know things are going on behind closed doors with the BOT, and God knows if we'll have the same AD this time next year. I know many people hope we don't, but all that being said, man, I mean, you got to put the health of the program at the forefront. And yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, man, it's just if you keep him around and you bring him back next year, you go into a Carolina baseball season with as low a energy as you've ever had. That's just the reality. You go into a season with as much apathy and as much, disinterest, for lack of a better way of putting it. That's where you put yourself. So for the health and sake of the program, you have to make a change. I mean, no excuses. There's a chance you finish under 500. I think best case, I think you're finishing at 500. I mean, heck, if you lose 2 or 3 and then lose in the SEC tournament game 1, you do finish below 500. It just can't. It can't be tolerated. It can't. I don't care what excuses you think you have or you might have or whatever. It can't be tolerated, man. So it's obvious what needs to happen. We're just right now, Skyline, obviously we're just all fighting to get to the finish line. We're all fighting to get to summer. I know many of us would rather be hanging out by the pool than watching this baseball team play games, but we're gonna fight through it to the end. But that's just where you are. So it's obvious what's got to happen, man. A change has to be made. Salvage the program before it gets too far in the shitter, really. So
I agree.
And I never thought I'd be saying that about baseball. Like, I genuinely mean that. And that's not taking it for granted. It's just death, taxes, and South Carolina being good at baseball. Like, we just are. You know what I mean? We just are. We're just good at baseball. That's it. We are. We're a highly desirable location. The best players want to play here. The best players in the state of South Carolina most certainly want to play here. And we win. And somewhere that got lost. So it's got to be fixed, man. It's got to be fixed.
You're right. Well, I think he'll be back. I don't think he's going anywhere this year. Mm-hmm. And I think next year, look at it.
Well, that will be, like I said, that will be a really, really rough 2023 campaign if Mark Kingston returns. I can tell you that. It will be tough.
What a great headline, though. Can Mark Kingston save his job in 2023? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, hope you have a good day.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you calling in, Skyland. Always a pleasure.
Always.
Thanks, man. Good stuff. 843-790-3377. Phone lines are ringing early here on a Wednesday. Like I said, guys, a packed Wednesday. Podcast did drop this morning. Great show, guys. Again, of course, I talked last night, the midweek game against Charlotte, and also preview the series against the Florida Gators. Also, we have a fantastic conversation and a great interview with former Gamecocks offensive line coach and current head coach of the Georgia State Panthers, Sean Elliott, joined me on the show, guys. Really, really good stuff. I highly, highly, highly suggest you check that out. We talked about his career beginning in Boone, North Carolina at Appalachian State, We talked his tenure in Columbia, obviously 10-13, him taking over as the interim head coach. We talked him leaving, going to Georgia State, what he's currently doing there. And also, hey, we talked week 1 because, of course, the Gamecocks take on Georgia State in week 1 at Williams-Brice Stadium. So, really awesome interview. We'll have tons of clips. Obviously, got a ton of clips. I'll be getting up on YouTube after this. So, again, guys, would love for you all to check that out. Really, really good stuff. Really valuable conversation. I think you guys will certainly enjoy it. Travis Allen says, with the exception of coaching, player development, and winning, we're doing pretty good. Yeah. Daddy-O, I knew 5 years ago Kingston didn't have a clue. He was making in-game moves that made 0 sense. Yeah, you can certainly look back and question all those moves for sure. Marion says, I was entertained last night. Great to meet you guys, by the way. Marion and Robbie being at the game. That was awesome. Again, happy birthday to Robbie. And it was yesterday, but happy birthday to Robbie. Marion says, I was entertained last night, but not from the game. Robbie Davis talked the whole game. I didn't know he could yodel. Yeah, Robbie told me he was yodeling. Yamule, why and when did they pull Becker out? You know, I think they pulled Becker because they want him to be able to pitch. You know, they want him to be able to pitch the weekend. He shouldn't have to throw a complete game, guys. Like, he shouldn't have to throw a complete game to win the ball game in the midweek. Like, it just shouldn't have to happen. You know what I mean? That shouldn't have to happen. Like, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. I'm just now looking at the post-game quotes. You know, I'm looking at the post-game quotes from Kingston. Yeah, just said they took Becker out because they wanted to be able to pitch this weekend in the SEC tournaments. I mean, that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. Yeah. Anyways, let's see. CJ Curry, what's up, my man? What's going on? Appreciate you, CJ. Hope to see you at Tin Roof tonight. Yeah, John Everkruger, I did see Clemson lost to Coastal 17-2. I mean, Kingston and Monty Lee. Kingston and Monty Lee should be on that bus together out of town, out of their respective schools. I mean, it just – and I like Monty, but both of them I think should be making changes. Justin Langford says no audio. Justin, you might want to check your end. I think everybody else is pretty good. I think everybody else is good. Let's see. Again, guys, would love to hear from you. 843-790-3377. Gamecocks already on the road right now to Gainesville. They will take on the Gators this weekend. And when South Carolina, Florida play in baseball, it's always fun. It's always a good series. Looking forward to it. But, yeah, like I said, guys, unfortunately, I think we're all just sort of fighting to get to the finish line. That's the unfortunate reality of where you are in the season. And I don't think that's being negative or anything. I think that's just being real. I think that's just being real. That's just sort of where you are. You know what I mean? That's where you are as a ball club. And, yeah, so. Tanner Lane says, I'll be attending Beamer's Welcome Home Tour. He is coming to Rock Hill this evening. Very good, Tanner. Did not know that. I did not know that Beamer would be in Rock Hill tonight. Really, really good stuff. You have to let us know how it goes. Yamule says, so you think Kingston's gambling? What do you mean, Yamule? What do you mean? I don't understand that. Let's see. Ritter says, I hope Kingston knows that I hate him. Ritter, I would venture to say that I bet you Kingston knows. I would be willing to bet you that Kingston knows. Uh-huh. I'd be willing to bet you, my guy. So. Content bleeding out the eyeballs today, folks. And I will say this. I said this on the podcast, but I want to reiterate it. Thank you all so much, man, as the regular season comes to an end, at least the home slate. You know, I want to say thank you to all the Gamecocks that made it so special. Because, you know, as fun as it is to go to games and watch baseball, and it certainly is, people ask me all the time, you know, what makes what you do special and what makes South Carolina specifically special? And I say the people. It's the people, man. The people make the difference. Let's jump to the phone lines here.
Call from
Robbie Davis, a.k.a. Kirk Street.
Robbie, what's going on, my friend? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I've survived half of my first full day. Well, the way my mom would always put it, you don't turn your next age until the time you was born.
Mm-hmm.
So I have not in her terms, survived the full day of being 31 quite yet. But listen, okay, was I pissed that we got our ass kicked? Yes. But did I enjoy my birthday still? Yes, I did. Okay, I had a ball. Yes, I knew I could yodel. I was trying to yodel as loud as I could, and whenever I told you it was me, I was like, "Did you hear me?" I was trying to do it as loud as possible.
Yeah, it was pretty loud in there, so I can't say I heard you yodeling, but no, I believe you, my guy. I know you were in there doing the damn thing. So
trust me, I was yodeling.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I know you were. I know you were. I know you were. I know you were.
But like a friend always tells me, he always tells me, you know, if we go do something, if I had fun, and I'm always like, yeah, of course I had fun.
Hey, Travis, to hear it, by the way. Travis said he didn't hear you yodel last night. He wants you to do it right now.
Okay, I tell you, you know what? You're a man of the people. I'm a man of the people. You got to give the people what they want.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to try and yodel. My throat's a little sore from all the yelling and screaming, so I'll try and do my best, okay? So don't hold it against me, okay?
I got you.
If it's horrible. How's that?
That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid, Robbie. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty solid. I'm impressed. It's good enough for me. So I think the masses will they'll take it. So man of the people, you got to respect it. Man of the people.
And to everyone that wished me a happy birthday yesterday, thank you very much. Really. And me and my stepdad were talking, and we were looking at the dugout, and Kingston wasn't talking to the guys. He wasn't trying to get them fired up, even when the game was close and we had the lead. He was just standing there like a daggum knot on a log, you know, not doing anything. Right. And I was like, man, that's the difference between Ray Tanner and Kingston, in my opinion. Because even watching the game on TV, I could tell that Ray Tanner was like telling the guys, you know, keep going, keep it going. Y'all got this. We'll just play and let everything fall into place, like I said yesterday. And I did not see him do not one lick of that. He might have done it whenever I was walking over towards you to get the picture. But besides that, I honestly didn't see it. And the one thing that definitely hurt us, okay, was the walks, and that grand slam definitely. I was like, yep, this isn't good. I was like, they're as good as I thought. And to be honest, I don't see how Kingston survives this. Because I miss those days whenever we could literally like watch a baseball game and we know off the get we're going to win. But we don't have those caliber of players right now. And at this point, like you said before, and like you said that former players have said, Kingston is hard to play for. And if I'm not mistaken, you also said that Ray Tanner was hard to play for, correct?
Well, I mean, you know, Tanner was tough on his guys. He demanded a lot. He demanded perfection. but it worked. Yeah, I mean, I've heard Tanner stories. You know,
I've
heard. Let me put it this way. I've heard Tanner stories that if it happened today, he would be fired. Like, there's no way. I mean, you know, it's like old school coaches. Okay. You know, old school football coaches. There's shit they did back in practice that would never fly today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, ever. But I mean, Tanner knew how to get the most out of his guys, and yeah, like I said, it worked. So whether he was tough or not, it worked. So,
well, whatever Kingston's doing is not working.
Right.
He either needs to change his coaching philosophy and find something that works, or he's going to be finding a new job sooner rather than later.
Right.
I mean, I hate it for the guy, but I mean, with the way things are, what are the options? I mean, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, the numbers speak for themselves, man. The numbers speak for themselves, and yeah, that's it. I said it all season. Kingston would dig his own grave, and I had a former player tell me that Kingston would dig his own grave, and sure enough, here we are. So,
right, and Rod even mentioned to me, he's like, I know, he said, I know he used to coach in South Florida. I was like, technically, he's kind of sort of playing South Florida because the colors that the opposing team was wearing was almost identical to South Florida.
Right.
But last night did not go as planned. But like I said, I had a fantastic day yesterday. Even though we lost, the icing on the cake was going to the baseball game. It was fun. I'm glad I got to see you. And if you get in the pool today, make sure you put on sunscreen. I would hate for you to get sunburned.
Nah, today I don't think we're gonna jump in the pool, my guy. I woke up a little late today, and I gotta hit the gym, and we got 10 roofs, so probably won't today. But tomorrow and Friday, yes, absolutely yes. It is going to be very, very, very hot. So yeah, we're definitely.
I don't know yet, but I have a doctor's appointment at like 3:45, so my dad's getting off of work early, and if he doesn't have to go back to work, I told him, I was like, if you're gung ho, let's go to 10 roofs tonight. So,
well, you guys, as you know, you guys are more than welcome anytime. So we're gonna have a good time tonight for sure.
Oh yeah, it's always a good time.
It is, truly, it is.
But you have a great rest of your day, and hope and maybe I'll see you this evening.
Indeed.
Go Gamecocks. To heck with Clemson, you bunch of losers. I don't see how y'all like learning about farming, because farming is boring. But y'all suck, okay? So. All right, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, Robbie. Appreciate you, my guy. Take care. Great stuff from Robbie Davis as always. 843-790-3337. Some of the guys, you guys can call in. Let's see. What's Kingston's salary and buyout? He makes $600,000 a year. The buyout is somewhere like $1.5 million, 1.2, something like that. So it's not like a ton, but I mean, we all know USC is just fed up with paying buyouts, and I don't blame them, but it's just like, and you know, again, like I told you guys before, USC's got to get their pride out of the way. They've got to remove their pride from the situation because it's an ugly situation. I mean, you're going to fire the third coach in less than a 2-year span in the big three sports? What does that say about the health of your athletics department? I know Dawn won a national title, but like your big three sports, you're firing all three coaches in less than 2 years. Less than 2. It's insane. I mean, people want to say I'm the fire the coach guy. You know? The fire the coach. But it's like, we've just had to make changes. It is what it is, man. You got to remove your pride because we know what needs to happen. You got to remove your pride, bottom line. You got to remove your pride. Daddy Yo says, ask Robbie if he has some small town, low country ties from the past. I have no idea. I guess he can answer that. Where Kingston messed up was trying to compare us to the Braves. Yeah, that was silly. Braddock843 says, Zaxby's question for Robbie when they're bringing that bourbon barbecue chicken sandwich back. That thing was amazing. I never had that. Babes and Waves says, personal question. I saw your pic from back in the day. How did you cut the pounds? Yeah, I posted that picture from 2017. Man, I'll say this. When you change up your energy and you lock in and you focus, right? And you surround yourself, when you remove toxic energy from your life and you surround yourself with positive energy, that helps. That changes a lot of things. I mean, also, I got into intermittent fasting. That was, I used to just eat constantly when I lived in Charlotte. I got into fasting. So now I eat between 2:30 and I don't eat lunch every day to 2:30 and 7 or 8, probably 8. That's when I'll eat. Yeah. So the fasting stuff and also working out. I mean, I work out 5 days a week. So yeah, man, it's crazy. Don't even recognize that guy in that picture, but that was the start, man. That was the summer of literally year 0, basically. CJ Curry says, Chris, you became famous. Took a pic with Sir Big Spur, and a huge fan of the show. She made sure she posted the pic on a certain social media. I said to myself, I want to be like that guy when I grow up. CJ, you're wild, bro. You wild, CJ. You wild. Let's see. Cody Gaskins, who gets fired first? Clemson's head baseball coach or ours? I will say this. If I had to put money on it, I'd probably go Monty Lee because he's been there longer and Clemson hasn't made a bunch of coaching changes recently, right? They didn't fire Brad Brownell. They obviously have stability in their head football coach. So I don't think Clemson will bat an eye. I mean, if I was a Clemson fan, which thank God I'm not, but I'm just saying, if I was a supporter of Clemson baseball, I mean, I would be leading the charge to get Monty Lee out of there. And I like Monty Lee. But, dude, at some point, you got to make a move. You got to make a move. At some point, dude. You got to make a move at some point. So. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. Yeah, sometimes you got to clean house. Sometimes you just have to. DGD, what's going on? Appreciate you. Luke RJ. So I do not have this hat in a Richardson, but that is a fantastic idea, Luke RJ, making this in a trucker. So I will get on that because I've made feel like everything else in a trucker. But I'll have to put this in a trucker because this would look dope on a trucker hat. You are correct. Daddy-O, how safe is Tanner at this point? Here's the thing, Daddy-O. I don't think when it comes to Ray Tanner, you're not going to fire Ray Tanner, guys. You're not going to fire a guy whose number is on the outfield wall at Founders Park. However, with that being said, do you urge him to retire? Yeah, I think that's probably what's going to happen. I think there will be conversations. And again, guys, from what I've heard behind closed doors, it's coming sooner rather than later. So, I don't think you fire him necessarily. I don't think you do that. And you say, how safe is Tanner? Again, I think it's coming very, very soon. And I asked you guys before, I'll pose this question again. Would you rather fire Mark Kingston right now and keep Ray Tanner for another year? Or would you rather keep Mark Kingston for another year, but Ray Tanner is gone right now. Because I don't know they're going to get rid of both at the same time. Because it's going to be hard to hire a new coach when you don't have an athletic director in place. It's just going to be very tough, you know? So Travis Allen says, Chris, what's South Carolina's worst loss in baseball? Or when was the last time somebody put 17 on us? You know, Clemson did beat us in 2010. And I've got the 2010 schedule up here because I've got this banner hanging up. The score was 19-6 in the Sunday game in 2010. We lost 2 of 3 to Clemson in 2010, lost 19-6 in the final game. Ethan Carter told me a funny story about that. They wore the white hat, said they never wore them again. Lost 19-6 though, and then came back and beat them in Omaha that same year. Just shows baseball's crazy. But we've lost some games. We've lost some tough games. CJ, I'll bring a pen, my guy, or you bring a pen. I'll sign whatever you want, my guy. Babes and Waves, I appreciate, man. I appreciate the love. Yeah, like I said, it's been a crazy journey. That was 5 years ago, right? But that was about – I loved the people on social media commenting that were like, oh, yeah, it just shows what a beard will do. I was like, bro, I've lost 70 pounds since then, my guy. Here, let's start with the phone lines. Rebecca, what's going on? How are you?
I'm not doing good. People
Not
just
doing good. Hold on. Hey, Rebecca, hold on 1 second. We're fixed. All right, good. Said you're not doing good?
No.
What's going on?
Somebody run their damn mouth to my boyfriend and told him I was with another man, and I'm not with another man. And he broke up with me because of it.
Wow. We got some drama here on a Wednesday. So somebody told your man you were talking to another man, but you're not, but he broke up with you anyway.
Right.
Somebody's
been running their mouth. I don't know who in the hell it is, but they're pissed. They got me pissed off.
Now, why would somebody do that?
I don't know. I'm about to say I'm done with men.
Done with men? You switching teams or just taking a break?
If I have to be single, I will.
Fair enough.
This is bullshit. I shouldn't have done like I had. And I can tell you right now, if anybody's laughing on here, it's not funny.
I think they're laughing at me, Rebecca. I don't think they're laughing at you. I think they're laughing at me. I know one thing. I know one thing. Whoever said that can kiss your ass. They can kiss all of our asses.
Yeah, he's going to regret it one day. I don't know who in the hell who told him bullshit, but, you know, it ain't right.
People, man, they jealous, Rebecca. You got you a man, they got jealous. They want to ruin something because they ain't got it. So now what you gonna do? What's the solution now?
I don't know. Somebody said this is why day drinking is not a good idea. Rick, let me tell you something. I don't drink at all. because I'm on heavy medication. And I am very pissed right now.
Do you know who it was that said it?
I don't know. He gave me a name.
Was it a
couldn't
man or woman
pronounce
that
it.
was it a man or woman that told your man? Do you know?
I don't know. He didn't say either one.
But he gave you a name.
Right. Pissing me off. And I don't know what the hell's going on. I woke up this morning, he says, have fun with your new man. So what the hell, I don't have a new man, and then he tells me, have a nice day. And I told him that I was not with, I told him I was not with any other man. My grandfather could tell you that, or my mom, and I was with some friends with me last night, and they don't have him on his Facebook friends. So I'd like to know who in the hell is saying the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, Rebecca, I let me ask you this. You are more than welcome to vent on these here airwaves. I don't want to give you advice if you did not call in for it. However, I will give you my 2 cents if you want it. But I don't want to because I don't feel like I know all the details of this situation. So that's unfortunate, though. That's unfortunate. Somebody would do that. It is. It is. You don't deserve that, Rebecca. None of us deserve that. You don't deserve that.
Well, go ahead and tell me your 2 cents.
You know, I would say somebody wronged you, right? And have you had discussion with your man? I am not equipped for this. Have you had conversation with your man? Why does he not believe what you have to say? Why does he believe a third party? Why does he not believe you? That you said that didn't happen, right?
Right, and I don't know who told him.
So why do you think he doesn't believe you, though?
I don't know.
Well, Rebecca, you know what I'd say? I know it hurts. I know it sucks. I'd tell you to keep it moving. Hey, got a lot to offer. I say keep it moving. You know what I mean? There's somebody out there that'll see your worth and won't listen to outside noise. So I think you should just keep it moving. Lock in on yourself. And the right person will come along when they're meant to.
Right.
What's meant to be will happen, Rebecca. What's meant to be will happen.
I mean,
you have no control. You have no control over what somebody says or what somebody else believes. So as long as you can lay your head on your pillow at night, you know the truth, you know the reality. While it might hurt, you can't take it personally. It's like, you know what? You believe what you want to believe. All I can do is keep it a buck and be real. If you don't believe me, then we don't have what I thought we had initially anyways. There you go. That's it. That's it.
That's what I can't figure out myself.
And there's no need for you to try to figure out something that don't need to be figured out. That's out of your control. Focus on what you can control and go from there. If your relationship is so fragile that some irrelevant third party can come in and wreck it that easily, then it wasn't meant to be anyways. Then that was going to happen at some point. Something, if it wasn't that, was going to happen that was going to. That relationship obviously was not on very solid foundation if it can crumble that easily. So I say, you know what? You say your loss if you're that dumb to believe something that you shouldn't be believing, keep it moving. Whatever. On to the next.
Right. I don't know. Anyway, did the men win last night?
The baseball team lost 8-3 to Charlotte.
Well, that didn't go good for Robbie Davis' birthday.
It did not go good for Robbie or any of us.
And I know Robbie was really wanting that to happen.
Yeah, well, again, hey, guess what? That's out of his control. That's out of his control. See, you can't, while we all want the Gamecocks to win, you can't completely let that dictate your happiness because it is out of your control. Bottom line. Hard for some people to comprehend, hard for some people to fathom, but, we had a good time despite the final result. I think Robbie would agree.
I mean, I would be upset myself. If that was on my birthday and I wanted them to win and they lost like they did, that would piss me off. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. I hear you.
If I ever have a birthday wish, I hope that South Carolina beats Tennessee this year in football.
I hope so too, Rebecca. I'd love to see it. I hate Tennessee just like you do. I'd love to see it.
That's what I would love to see.
Would love to see it.
That'd be my one birthday wish right there.
That's your one birthday wish. Okay. All right. Hopefully the boys can make it happen.
We'll see.
We'll see. Well, Rebecca, if you need anything from me, let me know. We will the TDC fam will be here any way we can to support you. Let's just know this. When it comes to Rebecca or Martin, we are Team Rebecca here on TDC. That's a fact. We are Team Rebecca. So if you don't mind me saying it, Martin can kiss our ass. Just flat out. Flat out.
Right. I mean, I had a good relationship with Martin, somebody had to ruin it. You know?
Mm-hmm. Well, they can also kiss our ass. But again, if it's that fragile where some third party can come out of nowhere and start a rumor and a whole relationship crumbles over a rumor, then that relationship was doomed from the beginning. That relationship was doomed by something else if it wasn't that. If it's that fragile, if he's not willing to take your side and believe you and you've been nothing but honest and truthful from the jump, then to hell with it. You know what I mean? To hell with it.
Now, my grandfather said it probably could have been some people that I didn't give them a ride to the store yesterday.
Hell of a theory. You know, your grandfather's probably a smart guy, though.
I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry I'm bitching on here, but
you're fine. Bitch away.
To get it out.
Yep, bitch away. That's what it's for.
I mean, seriously. Now, whoever started the bullshit with Martin they should kiss my ass.
Facts. Big facts.
Because it's bullshit that he got believing what they said. And then break up with me over that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or whoever did it, it pissed me off really bad.
Mm-hmm. I hear you, Rebecca.
But I really wanted to call in and tell how I feel.
Well, it's always a pleasure to hear from you. Anytime. You know, you're welcome to call in anytime.
But I just wanted to see if the baseball team won for Robbie Davis's birthday. Well, that went to hell for Robbie.
Yeah, unfortunately, they did not. Unfortunately, they did not. So,
I mean, did you ever do anything else for Robbie for his birthday?
no. I got something I'm working on. I'm gonna get Robbie probably like a care package from our store, but nothing last night. I gotta wait to get this merch actually. So gotta wait to get it fulfilled.
I was wondering. Because I know you said something yesterday about you had something planned for him yesterday, and I didn't know if you had something when you went to the ball game or something.
Yep. So, anyways, Rebecca, we're gonna jump into a break. I appreciate you calling in, though. Let me know if you need anything else from me or any of us. We're all Team Rebecca here. Team Rebecca. Team Rebecca. Team Rebecca. Let's go.
All right, and I appreciate it if y'all support me or something, because I'm going to have some, because I know that this is going to get me down and out.
Well, we got you. We got your back. We got your back. Hashtag Team Rebecca.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right, Rebecca. Take care. Appreciate you. We'll talk soon. Good stuff. That is Rebecca. What a turn. I mean, I told you guys before. That is the beauty of this show. And again, we're Team Rebecca. Hashtag Team Rebecca. That's the beauty of this show, though. You just never know which way it's going to go. You never know which way it's going to go. I mean, truly. Anyways, guys, hey, we are going to jump into a quick break. Yeah, I said I wasn't equipped for it because I just wasn't ready for it, really is what I meant, but doing my best. Anyways, guys, we're going to jump into a quick break, but I want to continue to hear from you more of your questions, comments, calls, and more on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Travis Lee said, Chris needs a cigarette now. Hey, we need to go get us a dart. Yeah, a little 5-minute break. Had to go smoke a dart. Had to go smoke a dart real quick. Relieve some stress. Smoke a dart. Let's see. Jeff Gullich says, quote of the day, I am not equipped for this, and yet you nailed it. I tried my best. Hashtag Team Rebecca. Hashtag Team Rebecca. Braddock843 says, I need a TSUS bitch away t-shirt. Travis Lee says, Martin, Frank Martin, Mark Martin, Martin Lawrence, we don't give a damn. Kiss our ass, cocked by 90. Hashtag Team Rebecca, dude. Hashtag Team Rebecca. Luke RJ, let it be known anyone is free to call in and tell Chris their problems on the show and can give you good life advice. You know, I will give the advice. I will give whatever advice and I will listen to whatever problems, but please do not get it twisted that I am some therapist or this is like professional advice. I'm just giving you advice from my perspective. So let me just make that very clear. Are we going to talk Gamecocks today? I don't know. Maybe this is the beauty. This is the beauty of TSUS, man. You just never know. You never know what direction it's going to go. You never know what direction it's going to go. Colton Carnell says, still can't believe Panic the Shitter Ritter called in. Wow, that's a hell of a nickname. Yeah, Panic Ritter leading the show off. Love to see it. Let's jump to the phone lines.
Dave Garrett.
Dave, what's going on, my man? How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Hope you are too.
Thank you.
I'm not surprised. We talked about Charlotte yesterday, so I wasn't surprised that Charlotte won the game. Because Charlotte was a good team. I'm proud of you, man. You got TSUS. You got the tin roof going. You got getting ready to do other ventures. Now you're breaking over into the Dr. Phil and Jerry Springer section. I'm proud of you. Seriously, though, I do have a question for you. With the chain of events that has happened, it's always hard when you come in after somebody that's very successful. With the stuff that has happened, do you think that we should have given Holbrook more time?
Well, you know, it's hindsight's 20/20, right? I mean, it is. So, I mean, it's
right.
It's easy to sit now and say that. I understood in the time when it happened. You know, listen, you came in the 2017 season. If we go back and think about it, you came in that season ranked 4th in the country and you missed the postseason, right? That was a tough pill for people to swallow, and I get it. It was tough then for me, it's we were just coming. We had fallen so far.
Right.
And coming from back-to-back national titles, 3 straight Omaha, 3 straight national title appearances to where we were. So at that time, was that the right move? It felt like it. I think for most people, it felt like it. You'd missed. And I remember saying it. Listen, I remember saying it back in 2017. You missed the postseason 2 out of the last 3 years at South Carolina. You can't get away with it. You just can't. You just can't. Because remember now, Carolina had made the postseason like 20 years in a row, and it was snapped under Chad Holbrook in 2015. Right. So at that time, yes, it was absolutely unacceptable. So you know what? I've said too, like, we should all probably give Chad Holbrook an apology. But in that time frame, we made the decision that we thought was best. And I don't know many folks that were against that decision outside of like guys that were his players. With that being said,
right,
when it comes to Kingston, I mean, dude, if you were willing to make the decision on Holbrook then, if you don't get rid of Kingston now, you're a hypocrite. I mean, because the fact that we're even having the conversation about, that we made the fact we're having a convo about, we made a mistake firing Holbrook, that shows you how bad Kingston has been. Because I'd kill for the success Holbrook had. I'd kill for it. I would kill for the success he had. Holbrook never won less than 30 games.
Right.
So even in that 17 season when we had all the injuries, because you look on that team, I mean, dude, that starting rotation going into 17, if you might recall, was being regarded as maybe the best starting rotation in Gamecocks baseball history. And you look back, Clark Schmidt, Will Crow, Adam Hill. 2 of them which are big leaguers, and Adam Hill is in the minors right now. Like, actually kind of a fair argument, 1 through 3. Injuries hit, though. Tyler Johnson got hurt. Bunch of your key contributors got hurt. But even that team was competitive. You felt like that team had a chance. It was not what we're seeing with the Kingston era. So,
well, from what I understand, there's a friendship between Tanner and Kingston. I don't know how true that is. That's just what I've heard. If that is the case, then what I think will transpire will be Tanner will retire before Kingston is fired. That way, Kingston's blood can be on somebody else's hand. Mm-hmm. Appreciate your time, man, and hope to see you soon. Take care.
Dave, appreciate it, man. Always great stuff. And I want to say again, thank you to Dave. Dave's been a guy that's just supported for as long as I can remember, really, man. I really do appreciate the love and support and you being willing to help out with the business and everything else. And, yeah, so Stephanie Lee says, Rebecca, don't let a man like that get you down. Yeah, for sure. Hashtag Team Rebecca. Yeah, I mean, guys, again, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I feel like every single day I'm coming on here and, yeah, I mean, it's got to be fire Kingston. I mean, it's, again, the fact that we're having conversations like that about Chad Holbrook, the fact that we're, like, looking back and saying, you know what, that was a mistake. We should have kept him. That shows you, like, how bad Kingston is. I mean, and I'm not saying that in disrespect to Coach Holbrook because, again, I've had Coach on the show. I like Coach Holbrook, right? But if you're going to fire Holbrook for what he did, firing Kingston's a no-brainer, dude. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Like I told you all before, when I called for Muschamp's job, highly controversial. When I called for Martin, when I said, it's time to move on, highly controversial. Saying that South Carolina baseball needs to move on from Mark Kingston is like the least controversial take of all time. It is the most no-brainer. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to look at our program and say, that's not right. Something needs to change there. I mean, it doesn't take, you don't even have to be a baseball person to be like, something's not right with South Carolina baseball. They should probably make a change. Like, you don't even have to be a baseball guy. You don't. So, yeah, it's just a no-brainer, guys. It's just a no-brainer. So, Courtney Washington, what's going on? Appreciate you tuning in. Like I said, guys, we are live tonight at 10 Roof, 6 to 8. Courtney, I'm in a good mood. No, I'm in a good mood, Courtney. I'm in a good mood. I just, just calling it like I see it. We need to change for Carolina baseball, but I'm in a good mood, man. It's beautiful weather out. We're at 10 Roof tonight. Yeah, I feel great, man. I feel great. I feel absolutely great, man. I'm blessed. Got a lot to be thankful for. So, got a lot to be thankful for. Also, guys, we are finalizing details for the fall. What y'all think? Y'all think we should run it back at Seawells? What y'all think? My buddy texted me today about it. I said, you know what? We might have to run it back at Seawells. Another season at Seawells. What y'all think? Another season at Seawells. I know my guy, John. I hope he's still tuned in. Another season at Seawells? Might have to do it. Seawells was a blast. We had us a time at Seawells all last season. I mean, we had us a time at Seawells. Seawells, like, there's no rules at Seawells. You know what I mean? Like, should we run it back? One more time? Or many more times, but this season specifically. it works out so beautifully at Seawells because my homies are all there. Like, they're going to be there. They party hard and tailgate and all that. Just like, I know it's going to be a good time. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's going to be a good time. And I feel like we need us a setup. We do. We need a setup. We need to be at a location because I do love wandering. I do love walking around. Again, but it's like at the same time, and I may do a little bit more of that this year. Maybe like at the beginning of the tailgate. I don't know. Like, I do love walking around. I do. I love walking around. But again, I also think it's really beneficial to have the tailgate set up. Travis Allen, Chris, if Kingston gets fired, who would be the guy we should go after and why? Travis, that's a great question. And I'm thinking, you just inspired me. And I was thinking about this a little bit earlier, but you just inspired me, Travis. Oh, sorry about that. You just inspired me, Travis. I think Friday's podcast, right, because this week is different, obviously. This week is different. I'm thinking for Friday's podcast, we will do my top 5 candidates to be the next head baseball coach at South Carolina. I honestly, because again, Thursday through Saturday series. So we're, today's show is our series preview prediction. If you did not see it, did not hear it, I do have the Gators taking 2 of 3. I'll probably drop that prediction graphic tomorrow. But if you did not hear on the show, I do have Florida taking 2 of 3. So the Friday podcast, obviously, I'm not going to wait till after game 1 Thursday and record a podcast just on game 1. So it's like, are we going to talk football? I think talking top 5 candidates to be the next head coach. I think that's actually a really good idea. So, Travis, you want to listen? Off the top of my head, and probably guys that I'll talk about, Link Jarrett from Notre Dame, Scott Jackson from Liberty, Cliff Godwin from ECU, Landon Powell from North Greenville, Mark Calvey at South Alabama, and there might be some honorable mentions. There might be some others I actually throw in that top 5. But, I think that's a great topic of conversation for the Friday podcast. I really do. I actually really do. So. I actually really, really do. So, Travis says, have a central location to do like a pop-up tailgate show where you walk around and talk to different people. Travis, so great idea. First off, Travis, you smart, my guy. So there is a connector. There's you know what I want to buy? I want to buy a handheld microphone, like not like this one, but like like a normal mic you see people holding. Because I've seen these guys on TikTok and also Instagram, but they're like LSU dudes, and I forget the name of their show. I forget what it is, but they do stuff like that. And there's a connector you can buy that plugs into your iPhone that connects to a whatever type. I forget the exact name. It's crazy. I should know that. That plugs into basically your microphone, and you can make video and audio that way from your iPhone. I would love to do like a tailgate, like walk around and interview fans on game day. Like, I think that'd be a blast. I really do. I think that would be a blast. Just getting people's takes, and that would be part of like the vlogs and stuff like that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. That'd be a lot of fun. Again, my guy John says he's tuned in. John, my question simply was this. Our good buddy Byron, I saw him last night at the game. So Byron, if you did not know, you guys probably don't know who Byron Thomas is, but you might because everybody knows him. He runs a Miss Gamecock pageant, which I think we're actually going to collab with him and be a sponsor, be a supporter, whatever it might be. And so the Miss Gamecock girl, who I actually helped to try to help her pitch or whatever, she threw out the first pitch last night. Anyways, he was there. And they're going to run it back at Seawells this year. And he asked me if I want to run it back at Seawells. And so I ask you, for those who maybe came to the TSUS tailgate last year, should we run it back at Seawells? And if you didn't come to the tailgate, my God, My God. I mean, what a time. what a time. What a time it was. What a time it was. And I'd expect it to be bigger and better this year because we're way out of COVID now. We're way past that, right? I mean, heck, the beginning of last season, right? Didn't we have to wear masks? Wasn't that? Yeah, we had to wear masks at the beginning of last year. I actually forgot about that. I kind of forgot about that. So we're way out of that. We got a great start to the season lined up with Georgia State and then Georgia. Great home slate, obviously. I think we should run it back at Seawells, man. I will make an official announcement. Maybe I should put the hats on a table and be like Seawells, Gamecock Park, the fairgrounds. Be like, it's after talking with my family, my friends, those closest to me, we have made a decision on our tailgate spot for the upcoming 2022 season. I will be spending my time in pregame tailgating from, and then grab the hat and put it on, Oh my God. Yeah. Luke RJ says, if you could get a spot in Gamecock Park for the tailgate, I think everyone would stop by and talk to you and you could sell your merch. I am thinking at minimum we'll have the Beamer Ball stuff out and about at the tailgate. I do think that will be a thing. So. Lance player says Seawells for the win. Bro, Seawells is a magical venue. Seawells, I mean, my guy Lance, how many Bush lattes did my guy Lance delete? I mean, an astronomical number. South Carolina Gamecock man says, what do you think about the new LEDs at Willie B? Awesome. Awesome. I love it. I think it's something that's been a long time coming, something that we've needed, and I think it certainly will enhance the game day experience at Willie B. No question. John Rice says, run it back. Let's do it. Let's do it, dude. Why not? I'm gonna take some time to think, but I'll be honest with you guys. It feels like a no-brainer to run it back at Seawells, man. It feels like a no-brainer. It does. Guys, let's go ahead and jump into a quick break. But I do want to continue to hear from you, more of your questions, comments, calls, and more on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, comments, calls. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Let's see. Guys, by the way, the weekly newsletter will come out today. It's probably going to be, there's probably going to be a lot of video. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm such a video guy. I'm someone, I would rather, if you wonder like why there aren't more articles with the Spurs up. So number one, I don't think people in 2022 want to read anything. So I don't spend time, producing that type of content. It's also, like I believe I'm a good writer. I believe in my writing skills. I think I'm a good writer. And I don't, I enjoy it time to time, but it's the most tedious form of content to me. And I'm so comfortable being in front of a mic, being in front of a camera. I'd rather just do that. Personally, I'd rather do this. I'd rather do this and do it this way. So we will drop, though, this afternoon, the latest edition of the newsletter, because I do have some business updates, things to update you guys on. But yeah, really, really exciting stuff. And those who are in the Big Cock Club, you will see that. Those who are in the Big Cock Club, you will see that. And if you're not in the Big Cock Club, join today, patreon.com/Big Cock Club. Patreon.com/Big Cock Club. You can also find the link. You can also find the link in our social media handles and bios, if you will. Sorry, bios. Eight 843-790-3377. My buddy Brad Crawford just tweeted, Gamecocks football has only been ranked 1 week inside the AP Top 25 since the 2014 season. Does that change this fall? Let me reiterate that. Gamecocks football has been ranked 1 week. 1 week. That is insane. That also doesn't feel right. Because we were ranked multiple weeks. We were ranked multiple weeks in 2014. Or maybe he's saying since the conclusion of the 2014 season, because that doesn't feel right. I'm texting him right now because I'm like, we were definitely ranked for multiple weeks in 2014. We were ranked like 6th to start the year. Okay, he's saying the conclusion. Yeah, so since the conclusion of 14, we were ranked 1 week in 2018. And that was, I remember, we were 25th going into the Clemson game. We were 25th. And that's it. That's it. David tells us, I feel like if Rattler gets the system quick, we win 10 games. In my opinion, golly, 10 games. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Carolina winning 10 games, bro? Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Wouldn't that be something? Guys, I want to continue to hear from you. Sorry, we're just sending off something real quick. Here we go. All right. 10 games is extremely aggressive. I do agree. The city of Columbia would burn down if we won 10 games. That is a fact. That's a fact. I mean, because you got to think 10 games we beat Clemson. 10 games we beat Clemson, straight up, right? 10 games we beat Clemson. Let's see. Kingston's buyout is $2.2 million is what Panic Ritter's saying. I did not know it was that much. Travis Allen said it looked like the Beamer Bowl was a success. Yeah, it looked cool. It looked cool. I didn't go, but it looked like a really, really cool thing. So I would assume that's probably going to be a yearly thing. David Sellers, how many games do you expect us to win this coming season in football? So, David, I will lock in my official predictions over the summer, the first week of July or so. Right after July 4th is when I'll lock those in. I think I've said it a couple of times, but it feels like 7-8, 7-5 or 8-4 is about. I think that's the right prediction for this team. I think that's where you'll see most analysts land. I'm not ready to lock anything in. But it just, it's kind of like I said last year. I said last year at this time when people asked me that, and I hadn't locked in my predictions. I said that 6-6 felt about right? It felt about right for South Carolina, and sure enough, we win exactly 6-6. So, 7-5 feels about right. Maybe 8-4. I think that's realistic. My way too early predictions were 8-4. So, I will lock those in, like I said, in about 2 months. But that I think that's where you're going to see, I think, most analysts land at 7-5. I think you'll see most of the national guys or whatever. I think they will land at 7-5. Cody Gaskin says, would you rather go 8-5 with a bowl win or 8-5 with a bowl loss? Only reason I ask is would you rather win an extra SEC game or lose an extra one? Yeah, Cody Gaskin, see, that's a really interesting question, right? Because it's a really interesting question because there's a lot of value in winning the final game of the year, right? There is. It's kind of like, Beamer's first year. We went 7-6. If we'd have went 7-5 regular season and lost the bowl game, do you think there's quite as much hype as we have right now? And maybe there is. But as Steve Spurrier said, like, bowl games are really important because when you win your last game, right, everybody feels better. There's more hype. There's more energy. Our last memory of Carolina football is something positive, right? It changes the whole narrative. Changes the whole narrative. Changes the whole narrative. So I'd probably rather go 8-5 with a bowl win, to be honest with you. I just think I know people say, well, the bowl games don't matter, but they do. Like, when you win your last game, that's a big deal. And especially, I'll tell you this, here's another reason, Cody. Especially when you look at South Carolina, we haven't won a lot of bowl games. What have we won, 9? We haven't won double-digit bowl games yet. I think winning bowl games are important for Carolina. You can add to the trophy case, do it. I think winning bowl games are important for USC. So I'd take the bowl win. I'd take 8-5 with a bowl win versus 8-5 with a bowl loss. So that's just my 2 cents. That's where I sit on it. Let's see. FIU baseball's head coach stepping down. Let's see. Brian Dean says, I'm calling it now. We finally get the monkey off our back and beat Texas A&M. And, that's something we'll talk about. That's something we will talk about going into the season is, what's the greatest potential for a big upset. I think A&M makes a lot of sense. We're due to beat them. That game's at home. We come off a bye week, right? It makes a lot of sense. Man, we need to beat A&M. It's just not – it's not a good place to be as a program to have an 8-game losing streak to anybody. So, Eric Kirkley says, unless win 8 was against the Taters. If you beat Clemson, I think that changes some things for sure. Luke RJ, what's our record in these 3 games? Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky. Well, Luke RJ, the goal is to go 2-1. That's for sure. You want to go 2-1. Again, I'm not ready, Luke RJ, to lock anything in. I'm not ready to lock in, like, this is my prediction. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will do that when I sit down. We'll do scores, game-by-game predictions. We'll do, all that good stuff. I'm not quite ready to do that yet. Not quite ready to do that, but I will at some point very soon. Andrew the Textbook, we might need to beat A&M more than we need to beat Kentucky. I disagree. Andrew the Textbook, I disagree. I think you need to get back to beating Kentucky and Mizzou on a consistent basis. And I know Kentucky, this isn't your daddy's Kentucky. I understand where Kentucky is. I understand they've improved as a program, and people need to put respect on Kentucky. I get that. And I give Kentucky as much, if not more, credit than anybody, especially people that taught the Gamecocks. But Carolina needs to start beating Kentucky again. They just do. They need to start beating Kentucky again. David Sellers, my dad's a Clemson fan. I want to shut him up. Yeah, I feel for my Gamecock fans that have Clemson family. I luckily don't. I don't have, my soon-to-be brother-in-law is a Clemson grad. Not a big sports guy, though, to the point where he's going to talk shit. My brother, I don't know if people know this. My brother went to Clemson. My brother went to Clemson, but he doesn't care about sports, really, to be honest with you. Not a sports guy, so I don't hear it from him. So I don't hear it, though, a lot. I just get it from Clemson fans on social media. So, because, it's funny. People have been asking me, like, Chris, you should go to Clemson and throw a tailgate. I'm like, I don't think that's a very good idea, to be honest with you. Don't think that's a great idea. I don't know, man, with the way Clemson fans think of me and feel about me. I don't know if advertising a tailgate in the upstate is the best move. We'll put it that way. I'm not sure that we wouldn't get sabotaged. So let's see. Cody Branch says Luke possibly 0-3. Were you replying to somebody or? Oh yeah, to the 3 games. I mean, it could happen. 0-3 could happen. So it could happen for sure. Again, guys, I will, June is going to be an interesting month in regards to us content-wise. Because you know what's so funny, guys? I told you all, as we get closer to June, we're just a couple weeks away. And baseball's not going to be playing, right? Our season's going to end. The SEC tournament goes until the 27th. Selection Monday is on Monday the 30th, right? Memorial Day. So our season's going to be over probably the end of next week, right? Content for June. I told you guys, we were planning on taking 2, 3, 4 weeks off, maybe off, still going to be active on social media, but taking off from the Daily Crow, the podcast. I'll be honest with you, though. I think still rocking with the podcast is fine because I can knock out the podcast like that. Like, even though I'm just updating you guys on life and what's going on, and there's always sports to talk about. I'm thinking it'll probably be more so a detachment from the Daily Crow because that is the big. I mean, we spend 10 hours a week on here, guys. Spend 10 hours a week on the Daily Crow. That's the big structural piece right now of the business, which is great, and I love it. So just stay tuned for June, what's going to happen. What the schedule is going to like. Things will slow down a little bit because, again, it's no baseball. We won't be starting our football content and coverage and previews quite yet. So, we'll make the adjustment, but do not fret, do not fear. And, guys, again, there's a lot of big things happening behind the scenes right now. Literally right now. I told you guys about the expansion. I told you guys about the SEC entity. My guy actually just sent the final logo over. As we've been on this convo, he sent the final logo over. And I would just tell you this. Stay tuned. Stay tuned because the content, there's a good chance it's going to get fired up much, much sooner than you expect. I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's see. David Sellers, how do you expect the new edition teams of the SEC to do? So I'm assuming you're talking Texas and Oklahoma. I mean, I think OU is going to continue to be OU. I think they're one of the elites. Texas is interesting. Texas, which, by the way, horns down. Texas is interesting, though. It's Texas is a school like Florida State. They're kind of a school like Tennessee. they're a school like Southern Cal where it's like they haven't been good in a while, and it just doesn't make sense. It's like South Carolina, we're fighting an uphill battle. We're trying to break through and get to a level that we've never been at before. Schools like Florida State, Texas, Tennessee, Southern Cal, Auburn, right? They don't have an excuse. Like, they've won national titles. They have history. They have tradition. So I wonder, like, what would you say is more frustrating? Being a fan of a school like Carolina in football, who we're just trying to break through to an area we've never been before, or being a school like a Texas that they have been great. They have been dominant. They have been the elite program. And now they're kind of stuck in, dare I say, mediocrity. And it just doesn't make any sense. Like, it's maddening that they're stuck where they are as a program. What would you say is more frustrating? Because again, I don't know what to make of Texas. I don't know what to think of Texas, Let's see. Luke RJ, if South Carolina 7-4 with this schedule going to the Clemson game, would we be a good enough team to really beat Clemson? Possibly, Luke. I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question, but I wouldn't just completely dismiss us. I mean, so Luke RJ, in that theory, you're saying we got to be 8-3 at that point or better to have a chance against Clemson? I don't agree with that. I mean, if we're 8-3 going into Clemson, Luke RJ, we have had a great year. I mean, you would think what losses would be to Georgia, A&M, and who would you say? Kentucky or Tennessee? I mean, you've had you've beaten Arkansas on the road, though. I mean, you've had a good year, bro. You've had that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so easy to just throw out, we're going to go 9-3. Like, sit down and think about who we play and the quality of those wins that you're just kicking in. Like, bro, at Arkansas would be a great win. I don't need to say anything about Georgia, A&M, or Clemson. Those are obviously, if you won those games, huge. But at Arkansas, high quality win. At Kentucky, high quality win. Tennessee at home, high quality win. I'd even say, guys, at Florida. I know everybody's so quick. Everybody's so quick to say the Gators are dead. I don't buy it, guys. I'm not saying they're going to be great, but to pretend like Carolina is just going to waltz into the swamp and kick Florida's ass and just leave, I don't buy it. I just don't buy that. I think that's a close competitive football game. I don't think that's a guaranteed win. I think that's a toss-up for sure. To me, that'd be a good win. Let's jump to the phone lines.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
Yo, what's going on? You're live.
Hi. I just wanted to tell you that I'm a Texas fan, but I'm committing the highest form of treason right now by calling in. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you that I think that your show is amazing, and I'm basically the female version of you.
Very good. That's awesome. So you said you're a Texas fan. Is that right?
I am.
Very
good.
good.
I actually was there in South Carolina.
That's incredible. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to Texas coming to the SEC. I think it'll be really, really cool. I'm excited to see what they do with the conference as far as pods or the divisions. But I think Texas and OU joining is going to be awesome. The best conference in the country just got better. So.
Yeah, I totally agree. Actually, Texas had a bye week this past week, so I was watching a lot of SEC baseball.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, it's those you guys were awesome. The Texas folks when they came to Founders Park, met a lot of them, and I thought they were really, really cool. And yeah, that was fun. It'll be fun to play Texas and on a yearly basis. And I'm actually looking forward to. I think the thing I'm probably most looking forward to is those road trips to Norman and Austin. I've heard really, really good things about both, so it'll be a lot of fun.
Have you ever been to Austin?
I've never been to either. I've never been there for sports or anything else. I've actually got a buddy now that lives in Austin, Texas, and he says it's incredible. So.
Oh, you have to go. It's so fun. And, oh, my gosh, it's great because you can, like, if you like the water sports, you can still do it in Austin because we have, like, a giant river and lakes and stuff like that.
Nice. Well, I will say this is a first. We've never had a Texas fan call into the show, so
Shut up. No, really?
That's for real. I appreciate you tuning in. It's awesome. This is love to hear that the show is reaching other fan bases. That's a really cool thing.
Oh, yeah. I actually just bought some merch, too.
Really? Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Sincerely.
Yeah. You're welcome. Oh, also, justice for Rachel.
You said
or
what
Rebecca.
now? Oh, justice for Rebecca. Yes. Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes. We are hashtag Team Rebecca, no doubt.
Yeah, well, it might take me a couple days to get there, but I'll track the guy down.
Yeah. Hashtag Team Rebecca, for sure. We got her back.
Oh, for sure. 100%. Okay. Well, I just wanted to call in.
No, I appreciate it. Call in anytime for sure. We'll talk ball. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Love it. Thanks. Bye.
Awesome. Take care. Good stuff. Hey, we're hitting Texas fans now. Darryl Wall Jr. says the key is we have to beat Kentucky, Tennessee, and Mizzou. Put that with a Vandy win. That's 4 SEC wins that we should have yearly, not counting others, just even split with the other 4 with A&M, Florida, Georgia, Arkansas. Easily be 6-2 in the SEC or 5-3. I tell you what, you know what I love about us? You know what I love about us as Gamecocks? And I feel like everybody can, I hope you can all laugh at this. And just, you know what I'm saying? Like, just laugh at it. We are just relentless. As Gamecock fans, we're relentless. I mean, we take these lashings. We go through this every single fall. It is a vicious cycle that we go through. Every fall, every summer, we hype ourselves up to say, we're going to go 5-3 in league play. We're going to go 6-2. We're going to go 8-4. We're going to go 9-3. Like, we have this eternal hope and this eternal optimism that, you know what, you have to have as a Gamecock. But you would think one of these years, you'd think we'd learn. We are so stubborn and hard-headed. And I love it because it courses through my veins. I am a Gamecock through and through. I am the eternal optimist. I am, a believer. I have unlimited hope and faith. But we do it every single year. And I can identify it. Like, I can be like, you know what? I do that. Because even me, I'll make realistic predictions, guys, all summer long. I'll lock in predictions that people don't like and pick the games and take all of my fandom or as much as I can out of it. But you can bet your ass every single Saturday, I wake up and go to Willie B or watch South Carolina play thinking to myself, we got a chance. If this happens and this happens and this happens, we can win this ball game. This is our year. We're going to break through and do it. We all do that every single year. Every year. I don't know what it says about us. We're loyal to a fault. We're passionate. We love our team. We ride or we die with them. Just a vicious cycle we live. And I don't know, man. Maybe one of these years it will be the year. Fingers crossed. Mashallah. Guys, let's jump into a quick break. One final one of the day, but I want to continue to hear from you. More of your questions, comments, calls, and more on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Final 10 minutes or so here on the Daily Crow. We are taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. Appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you so much again for the love and support this week, guys. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. Hope to see you out tonight at Tin Roof. 6 to 8, we'll take your questions, comments. We will stream live for those who can't be there in person. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You already know the drill there. $3 drafts, $3 Rumple, $3 Fireball as well. Great food, great people, great times. Like I told you guys before, I feel like Tin Roof should let me do their commercial or something because I've got the jingle down pat. Other than that, content bleeding out the eyeballs, guys. Of course, podcast dropped this morning, episode 650. Full breakdown of what happened last night against Charlotte. Also, series preview against the Florida Gators, prediction, all that good stuff. And a great conversation, man. Awesome interview. I want to say thank you to Coach Sean Elliott for taking the time. It was awesome, man, hearing his perspective and just the path of his career from Appalachian State to obviously coaching at South Carolina, to being the head coach at Georgia State now. We talked about week one and everything. And, I tried to pull as much as I could out of him. I tried to figure out the game plan, but he wouldn't give me a whole lot. But, no, Coach Elliott, man, an awesome dude. I told you guys, the interviews are heating up, if you will. And that'll continue to be the case, man. We've got some great ones lined up. We've got a certain former Gamecocks kicker we are planning on speaking with on Friday, which I am very, very much so looking forward to the conversation. But, yeah, man, the interviews are rocking and rolling, man. It's really, really cool. Luke RJ, Tin Roof tonight, still not drinking alcohol. You are correct, Luke RJ. I have not had a drink in Friday will be a month or 4 weeks or whatever. So, yeah, Tin Roof tonight, Luke RJ. If you want to come out, be my guest. Would love to have you. Let's see. Enter the textbook. I have that feeling. I think Georgia will beat us worse than anyone else this year, but you bet I will wake up on the Saturday of week 3 thinking we can win it. I tell you what, man. If we beat Arkansas, win or lose, week 3 against Georgia is going to be a madhouse. I mean, it's going to be like the game you have to be at. You know what I mean? I'll tell you, our fan base is fired up for that Arkansas game. I feel like it's like every Gamecock fan I talk to is like, I'm going to Fayetteville. Every single one of them, which is cool. I mean, people are fired up for it, right? Beamer's got people fired up. I can't wait I'm sure Coach Beamer's going to have a welcome home event in Columbia again. Really, really excited for that. Because like I told you guys, this time last year we had hope, optimism, excitement, whatever, but it was generated from the uncertainty, right? We were just so happy to have a new coach and have Shane Beamer in Columbia. Everything he was saying and doing was great, but nothing had happened on the field yet. Now it feels like we really have hype. We really have a reason, an on-field reason to be fired up and excited. So I can't wait. Gonna be. I mean, the preseason already has been, exciting. 2 weeks from tomorrow. Excuse me, guys. 2 weeks from tomorrow is 100 days till kickoff. So we'll start our countdown. Going to be awesome. Yeah, really, really looking forward to that. Let's see here. Travis says, have you had Deuce Staley? I've not had Deuce on. Nope. Actually, it's funny. I saw him spring game 2021. I saw him in Twin Peaks. I went to Twin Peaks with a couple buddies of mine. I'm really not a Twin Peaks guy, but we went there. Saw him in there, and I gave him one of my business cards. Just like, hey, man, would love to have you on the show. Hadn't happened. I mean, he's busy, man. He's coaching, all that good stuff. But, yeah, have not had him on. Would love to get him on. Travis Allen says, beat Arkansas. You might have game day against Georgia. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing, Travis. And I think at minimum, you'd have SEC Nation. But that because you beat Arkansas, you're in the top 25. The storylines around that game, Spencer Rattler taking on the defending national champions, the game that sets up, it seems like it's setting up for a big upset. I think it'd be a no-brainer for game day. I think it'd be an absolute no-brainer. So. Uh, 5 minutes to go, guys. 5 minutes to go. Questions, comments, calls. Let's see. AJ Bowers, I hope the new LED lights are garnet so we can have an awesome light show before games and the boys come running out. Yeah, I think they certainly will be. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't. Yeah, Luke RJ, game day versus Georgia would be awesome. Dude, game day would be, you talk about for content, would be incredible. Incredible, dude. Can you imagine like a vlog that weekend? I'd camp out on the horseshoe straight up. Well, I don't know actually if I would. I may drive with it like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Can you imagine though? God, that'd be a heck of a weekend. I mean, it was an awesome weekend last season when SEC Nation came from Kentucky and they were on the horseshoe. That was incredible. I had a blast. I had an absolute blast. Kentucky was a lot of fun, dude. Kentucky was a lot of fun. Yep, Kentucky was a lot of fun. Let's see. AJ Bowers going at lights at night versus Georgia week 3. That'll be an electric environment for sure. For sure, man. Cody Branch says if Tennessee goes 4-0, then game day will be at the Tennessee LSU game week 6. If Tennessee beats LSU, then I think they will be in Knoxville against Bama. Okay, a lot of hope and optimism for Tennessee this season too. We have a guy, Cody. I don't know if he's tuned to the Daily Crow, but our guy Dalton. I mean, he is a Gamecock, obviously, bro. I don't think his name in our Discord, in our Big Cock Club Discord, his name is Dalton the Vol Hater. Like, this dude hates Tennessee. Hates Tennessee. Hates Tennessee. Hates Tennessee as much, if not more, than any human being I have ever seen. Literally. I was talking about how it's, slow times right now on social media, whatever, and what we do in the offseason or preseason, whatever. And Dalton said, I just troll Tennessee fans in the offseason. I think I hate Tennessee fans more than Clemson fans. Like, I don't like Tennessee, but my God. I mean, this dude hates Tennessee. Like, hates them. And I told you guys what's so funny is, like, I went to Knoxville for that baseball series, and it was a lot of fun. And I thought the Tennessee guys were cool. But there's some people that have just had horrible experiences with Tennessee fans. And maybe the older ones could be worse, but, like, I thought the guys we hung with were really, really cool. They were cool to us. I mean, granted, they were kicking our ass all weekend. Maybe that's why they were cool to us, but I thought they were dope. Let's see. Tommy McClellan says, Beamer at the game last night, left after the 7th inning. I actually did see the First Lady, Emily Beamer. I did see Emily. We were standing next to Sir Big Spur, and so I saw Emily was with them, which was cool. I was like, I'm pretty sure. And then I asked my guy, Van. He confirmed it was Emily Beamer. AJ Bowers besides the game, but is anybody else super excited to see Coach Elliott back in Willie B again? Yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be a cool matchup. And again, if you want to hear more on that, I talked with Sean Elliott. I talked with Sean Elliott on the podcast that dropped today about the game and all that good stuff. And I'm actually going to post the clip a little bit later today, but he's excited. We're all excited. I think certainly, it's a cool storyline. As he mentioned though, it's about the players and they got to make the plays. They're going to be the ones that win the game. But I mean, certainly, man, he can downplay it all he wants. But yeah, that's going to be an emotional type deal for him because, he wanted the job. Let's jump to the phone lines here. I think that was spam. I don't know what just happened there. Anyways, guys, we got 2 minutes to go. Be sure to check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 650. Full breakdown of what happened last night against Charlotte, Fire Mark Kingston. Also, I look ahead to the weekend against the Florida Gators. That series starting tomorrow night. Tomorrow night at 7, Friday at 7, Saturday at 2. All 3 games on SEC Network Plus. As South Carolina looks to, set their seeding in the SEC tournament, if you will, fighting for seeding. Yeah, so, and also, again, that conversation with Sean Elliott, awesome combo. Again, I appreciate him taking the time. Really, really good stuff. Again, guys, if you are in the city or if you got your evening free, come on out tonight to Tin Roof, 6 to 8. $3 drafts, $3 Rumple, $3 Fireball as well. Great food, great people. We always have a damn good time at Tin Roof in the Vista, downtown Columbia. Would love to see you out there. If you cannot come in person, we are streaming it live, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all that good stuff. I mean, you just never know, man. The conversation at Tin Roof can go anywhere. So would love for you guys to come out in person, though. It's always a really, really good time. Love shooting the shit, hanging out with you guys, talking Gamecocks, and just talking whatever's on your mind. Other than that, yeah, again, content bleeding out the eyeballs all week long. You already know the drill. Andrew, the textbook, one last thing, says that if we beat Arkansas, it'll be a 3:30 kick instead of prime time. Either way, 3:30, 7. I mean, I think you got to make that a night game, but whatever. Guys, again, that's going to do it all for me. Appreciate you all tuning in. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, and we'll talk to you tonight live from